Sure, you good?
Hi, and you?
No, good. I'm good. Yo, zamas bilang amos.
We really don't mind.
Yeah, man.
All right, Sanbonani, good afternoon. I'm out here in Khayelitsha with the man himself, with DJ Mocca. We're doing a series of DJs in Cape Town and basically what they do, how they do it, when and why, and what do you get to pick up from them. Mr. Mocca,
Yeah, man.
welcome to Analog Culture. We
Nice.
called it Analog Culture because we're working on authenticity of
one,
individuals,
nice
and we found you as one of the most authentic
appreciate
spinners, entrepreneurs, and focus people who are contributing to the industry of deep house in Cape Town.
I appreciate, man.
Right.
Thanks for having me.
What I wanted to do today was just to give the people out there just a figure of who is Mocca in himself, where does he come from,
Yeah.
how did he get to where he is.
Nice one.
So, if you can tell me exactly, Yuguti, who is Mocca and where did the name Mocca DJ came from?
Okay, to you. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me once again, and I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate the fact that there's more of us moving the culture forward. So it really speaks to my heart. Mocca J, it's a deep house DJ, originally from the Eastern Cape. Yeah, I think, yeah, most of us, we came to the Western Cape, or we came to Cape Town for better opportunities. So I'm from the Eastern Cape in Mount Fletcher. Yeah, I speak a lot, bro. I speak a lot, but let me just narrate. Where Mocca J comes from, I think I'll be based on the business side of things and how I became a DJ, and why I'm still here today after so many years and what I've achieved. So 8 years ago, I met up with Sir Vincent. It's one of the best DJs, entrepreneurs in the Western Cape. Sir Vincent and War. They spent time on me, teaching me the ins and side of how to DJ and all that stuff. I'm an outgoing person who's always want to learn everything, you know.
Yeah.
So when I started DJing, it was just about playing music. I thought it was just fun. It was so fun because we'd gather up with the guys. We throw a couple of events, the all-white events, your miniskirt and all those small events, kokas. So I think it started there. What I've achieved thus far as DJ Mocca J, I've secured a residence in a number of places around the Western Cape, and also because of the market, I was able to build as a brand because I started appreciating Mocca J to be a brand with the entrepreneurial culture that I grew up from home. I started a clothing business. You know, one of the reasons why I started the clothing business was simply because to appreciate the culture, because I found myself to be a creative. You know, when I started playing music, I didn't look myself as creatives. I saw other creatives. I saw your Manes, I saw your Vincent, I looked up to those guys. Oh, these guys are cool, and these guys actually making money out of what they love. They are passionate about that.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was wise and conscious to follow a better lead.
Yeah.
Because where we come from, you don't have much inspiration. We have to inspire ourselves. But the minute you get that one person inspires you, it means you are fortunate enough and you find all the way to build the relationships with them. So that's why Mocca J remained different within the industry, and that's why I think I became the best version of myself I could be. I believe maybe I was not a DJ. I might have missed a lot of opportunities because most of opportunities came to my life because simply I was playing music. Most people started talking to me because I could play music. So I think that the upgrowing of Mocca J, it all started in Makhaza. Must mention that it started in Makhaza with a couple of friends, so Simpi, Terra. We called ourselves Soul Vibe Family. So those are the guys that we started with. We started with me being patient to myself. I would go and open Kwatola 10 a.m. play from 10 to 12. When people are starting to come into the venue, our time is done. I think that mentality worked well because I was not rushing anywhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man.
So basically, we could say you're starting off your DJing career in itself. It kind of built itself for Gadola, or was it pre that?
Honestly, it built itself from Guatola. So from Guatola, that's where I said, okay, look, now I think I want to be DJing because it speaks to my heart now. And whenever I see Terra or Stadile playing, those are my friends from Guatola. I'm like, bro, I think I could do this too. That's where I took the decision. Look, let's find out what Cape Town has in store for us, for people who want to learn. That's why I try to start. Oh, Facebook, oh, 7 Cent, oh, DJ, oh, big guys in the block. Guys, what can you do for a kid who wants to learn?
Yeah.
Well, guys were humble enough to say, kid, you want to learn? Come, let's learn. You know, so
Yeah, yeah.
it was a call I made myself. But then, yeah, it really started there from Watola, understanding the culture and appreciating everyone who's doing something.
Yeah. So, like in essence, a lot of people now are doing branded clothing. They are generally in promotion of their individuality as the person who's being marketed. In your instance, you chose MK Originals, which MK would stand for Makhaza Originals.
Yes, correct.
I'm kind of curious as to why choose Makhaza. I know you. One thing I've admired about you is you're all about sense of community.
Yes.
90% of the time, it's about not just you but the community. Now you chose a clothing label and you named it Makhaza Originals. What was the concept behind that?
Look, man. So as we grow within the culture of creativity, also there's academics on the side because we have a close relationship with academics. So the more we grow, the more we get to understand where we come from, and the more we get to see what's missing within our communities. For instance, I remember at some point when I'm at the university in a lecture room and we are asked to introduce ourselves. No one who could relate to Makhaza. Even locally within other guys, where you go to gigs, you meet up with a couple of DJs. Let's say you meet up with a Bompoza. You talk, hey, Pomfana, hey, look, I'm from Makhaza. And those guys will like, where's Makhaza? And like, what's happening there and all that. For me, it was an inspiration because one of the most things I saw in Makhaza, young people, we were not inspired, myself included. We had no inspiration close to us. I mean, we grew up saying my inspiration is Kanye West. For God's sake, I don't think I'll ever meet that guy and say, look, bruh, how did you do it? Because you inspire me. Visual Ablo, bruh, you inspire me. How did you do it? Now, if I was going to celebrate that culture and say, look, those guys inspire me a lot, but I can't meet those guys. I don't have the capacity to meet those guys. Now, to be responsible enough, I said, look, let's create something that the people of Makhaza will feel a sense of belonging to. Because to be different in the market, it's how you present yourself. It's how you actually do things. So for us, we saw, okay, now I'm a DJ. So everyone would love to be associated with a progressive DJ. But then what I'm representing myself, that's me being selfish. And then I come from a society that is very disadvantaged. What can I do to use my DJing career to actually change the environment? All the people who love DJ Mocca J from outside Makhaza, the big people, what can we do to draw them into Makhaza so that we can develop the society? The MK brand was just to create a product that will actually allow us to be creative, to show the other world that it's not crime, drugs that exists in Makhaza. There's a creative side, and there's something the people of Makhaza could actually feel a sense of belonging to.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So now, sorry about that. If you're talking now, playing music and being Mocca J, which sound does Mocca J actually represent in this industry of ours, whereby deep house, Ikomu, Amapiano actually have this sense of war which is unnecessary? So when in your aspect, like, which sound do you really represent?
For me, growing up, like when I started playing, I was just playing any kind of music, you know. But again, as you grow, you get to pay attention to certain elements of music. You get to bond with certain elements of music. So I think deep house is is the sound that speaks to me. Deep house is the sound that speaks to me. The reason I'm saying that, from the early age, I had an opportunity to play any genre. For instance, I'd go to a gig and just play Afro. I'd go to a venue that has 90% DJs. I remember one question I've asked in town, bro, like, how do you feel to play in a gig that has 90% DJs that play Gom? And I don't have a problem with Gom and other genres, but the question was, how do you feel about this? You're gonna play deep house, what's the mood? So my perception was that I play music that will give you memories. I play to change the attitude. Not saying other genres don't do that. So now when people think of Mocca J, I think what I'd love them to think of, it's someone who appreciates the culture of deep house and who's not apologetic about that. So I'm a teacher, I'm a deep house spinner.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of your sets, and I can attest to that. I can attest, and I can also attest to the fact that you go out of your way to dig for sound that will make you remember your sets. This was played by Mocca in this event. Now, looking at events and spaces that you started with, you explained Udola, and recently you started up Udaba Pop-Up. And I know for a fact it's being held close to the shop and around the community, and also it's giving the community a chance to actually engage with their entrepreneurial spirits. I'd like you to go into detail into that.
Yeah, I think one of the inspiration behind Udaba pop-up culture, I must be honest, because here in Cape Town, we're dealing with an industry that is community based. So what I'm trying to say by community based, it's more, in order for us to work, there should be a kind of relationship environment. We sazane and all that. It makes it hard for the guys who are unknown to tap in certain markets. So now the understanding here was that if we don't getting any gigs, what are we doing ourselves? Because we're not gonna sit there and complain. No one owes us gigs.
Yes.
We have to be creative enough. So one of the elements we wanted to achieve, or one of the goals we wanted to achieve through Udaba Pop-Up, was to keep ourselves as DJs busy, playing music for people, because that's what we love. And most importantly, as I mentioned earlier on, there's a culture of driving solutions, creating opportunities through what we do. Now, the Pop-Up Udaba culture, what we do there, we invite other entrepreneurs to come and have stalls. You don't pay. We create a space for you and bring a market that is willing to buy. Because you can bring any market, but the market can just browse and go. Udaba, we bring a market that is willing to buy, and we establish the presence of an environment where we can network. Look, we are young entrepreneurs. We talk, you sell clothing, you sell biscuits, you sell ice cream, you sell all that stuff. But you don't have access to market, because not everyone is on these social spaces. Not everyone is on social media. But we try and find all these young creatives, entrepreneurs within Khayelitsha and provide them with an opportunity to earn an income through their businesses. So Udaba pop culture is that environment where you walking down a street, there's stores lying down the streets. You could buy food, you could buy clothing, you could do nails, you could cut your hair, you could listen to good music while you're doing that. You could network, you could meet new people. That's what we're trying to achieve through Udaba. A unified society through the art of entertainment.
Now, in the concept of Udaba, are we genre specific in music, or are we still following the culture in terms of you get the DJ expresses what he expresses?
Okay, now that's a good question. So within the team, because there's a team there on Udaba, there's a department where they discuss like what kind of music do you want to present, because we need to be realistic. We also put certain measures in place. For instance, if we say let's say because Udaba started at 10 a.m. up until 5 p.m. Let's say at 10, I invited Spina, come and drop a set with Udaba. That's being realistic. At 10 a.m. What does it mean to the society at large, you know, because all these genres that we play present a certain mood.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm gonna invite you and say, okay, it's an open street market, come and give us drum set and all that stuff. The guys in that department, even myself included, I believe that the manner or the culture we're trying to create, because we're trying to create a chilled culture.
Yeah.
So a chilled culture speaks to your R&B, speaks to your old classic hip hop nyana,
Yeah.
speaks to your deep house. So I think it speaks to that culture. I'm a piano, which is currently dominating.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to give people the experience. Now this is a mobile event. If maybe you come like, these guys I want to listen to come, you still have the leisure of traveling to go maybe to any place that could accommodate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So 80% focus, I must say this, 80% focus on the entertainment side of things on Utaba. It's solely on R&B, deep house, slow jams, and then the rest 5% we can mix home and other genres.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful. So now, in terms of the spinners now coming through, how do the other spinners out there jump into Utaba pop-up to spin? Or is there a selection process, or do you go out and look for spinners out there?
So what we do, because we created demand.
Right.
That's what we're able to do on Utaba. We created demand. So if in an environment where you create demand, you'd get people approaching you. Look, Mocca, my guy, I would love to come and drop a set. But then there's a process, because there's a dedicated team to look on those things. For instance, one of the mistakes that we did on our first Utaba, we had like 6 DJs.
Yeah.
On a 5-hour event. You know?
Yeah.
6 DJs, the team. That was the team. They booked 6 DJs on a 5-hour event. Where are we gonna get the 6th hour?
Yeah.
So we had to find ways first to upskill and inform the team within and say, look guys, this is a process we can follow. If maybe we have 10 DJs who say, look, Mocca, we'd love to come and drop a set there just to appreciate the culture. We process that, we sit down and look, okay, this DJ plays this kind of genre. Okay, that just speaks to the environment we're trying to actually create.
Yeah.
For instance, there are times that we are forced to send emails. Unfortunately, Utaba takes this direction, and we believe giving you a set Utaba will present in another direction that we don't see ourselves on, because we're trying to create a particular culture, which is quite new to us, and by all means, we're trying to protect that culture.
Yeah.
So there's a process we follow, because trust me, if we don't follow those process, we get 20 DJs to come and play on a 5-hour event, and then you get a problem.
Of course.
You know. So yeah, man, and guys who wants to play on Utaba, first we must understand here, this is not a profit-driven environment.
Right.
Yeah, well, that must be understood, because it's not a profit-driven environment. The focus, it's not entirely on the decks.
Right.
Because Simbra can play. Simbra is also one of members of Utaba. I can play. I'm also one of Utaba. Arnold can play. Also one of us. We can just play the entire event and get, because the focus, it's on people selling their products.
Right.
Now, what you always recommend, look, DJ, wanna play a set? Don't you wanna sell something else? We give you a set, how are you gonna play? But how are you gonna make money through the environment?
Right,
Can you sell a product? Can we assist you to maybe shelf a product of yours in the shop? Why are you also giving a service on Utaba? So that it's a win-win situation. Because unfortunately, as we're running Utaba as non-profit driven, we don't have the money to pay artists. And we respect the fact that artists must be paid by all means. That's why we hardly make call out to say, my guy, I would like to book you. If I make a call out, I'll just call a guy whom I know. They can just call me anytime, because we're running a community-based organization. They can call me, Mocca, come and drop a set. I'm available. They go and drop a set.
Great
so it's that environment, man. It's that environment, and it helps. For instance, we know that in that environment, say, want to expose DJ. We don't want to expose anyone. We don't believe in that. Now I'm giving you exposure and everything. No. Anyone wants to play on Utaba, it's their own decision. You know, when you wake up in the morning and say, Mocca, I would love to play on Utaba. Utaba, it's not profit driven. We're not looking at making money on Utaba, but we just want other people to make money on Utaba, yourself included, if you could sell something. So I think that's a justification, man, on how we handle things on Utaba. Yeah,
it's a matter of culture. Just pushing the culture. Top 3 spinners, Ezako.
My favorite.
Your favorite.
Look, man.
Like, we're looking at the authenticity of 50 pounds.
Look, man. I love that poem Poza, man.
Yeah.
Except that he's my friend, but it's unique. I've engaged, because for me it's not how you play, but when we having a conversation about the culture. Okay, Mocca, you see these things, Mocca, that's how we can change. So Paul makes the top 3. And Smoza, my kid, Kaya, Smoza and I is very chinyan.
Yeah.
Very chinyan. Like Smoza, if I'm wrong, well, Mocca, you are wrong.
Yeah.
Mocca is supposed to do this, and I appreciate that, because you don't get that in the culture. I'll stick around some guys and then engage, maybe cross the line, but guys won't tell you, look, Mocca, you crossed the line. But I'd hear someone saying, Mocca, the guys are saying on that particular day you crossed the line, which is a problem, because people are not direct. Some pause, and man, hey, one of the guys culture. Baninzi, man, but Smoza, Ndando, man. Ndando is cool.
Yeah.
We call him Papa. Ndando is cool.
Yeah.
Ndando is cool. Outspoken, Ndando. Doesn't hide his feelings.
Of course.
That's what I appreciate about the guys. You know, the minute you hide how you feel, man, it becomes a problem, because I'm not gonna understand how to engage you at some point, because sometimes you moody, sometimes that, but Dano is direct. There are more other guys out there. It doesn't mean they're not doing it, but the top 3 guys, man.
That question is based on actually just finding out what type of sounds you listen and what type. So that from the spinners that you just mentioned, I can feel you're sitting somewhere in the soulful lane. You're sitting in that lane, you're soulful. Besides the music now, what does Mocca do? Besides the music and the business side of things, like, what is it that you do?
Bruh, there's academics. I want to do a PhD, bruh. I want to become Dr. Sobe. That's the professional side of things. Currently finishing off my masters, and I'm not taking any break. Jumping to PhD.
Nice.
All coming good. We pushing. Professionally, I'm working now, because I was just appointed as a business manager for McDonald's South Africa, of which it's a new environment. Yeah, thanks, man. It's a new environment for me to learn, because I work with people.
Yeah.
So you've seen outside there's like a number of boys.
Yeah.
We have a football club, Future Masters FC.
Yes.
One of the projects that I'm happy to be part of.
Yeah.
Boys are playing quarterfinals today. Probably after the meeting, I'm going to the field. So those are the things that I'm doing. There's First Friday conversations, where we try to upskill young people, give them the right information so that they can make decisions. We're just trying to do away with the society that takes decisions based on assumptions.
Right.
We don't need that anymore. So that's me, man. And I think everything I'm doing, it interconnects, because there's an element of development. At school, I'm developing myself.
Yeah.
At work, I'm looking at developing others. In the community, we're developing others. And people must understand, when we're developing other people, we're not excluding ourselves. We're part of that development. Because if I'm sitting with you now, we're engaging. Let's say we engage now. I'm learning things. When we engage on First Friday, when I go out to the boys and watch them playing or talk to them, I learn different personalities. I learn how to lead people. So man.
Yeah. That's inspiring.
Yeah.
So for going now into the future now, post academics, you being in a position you really want, where do you see the DJ side of things going?
It will be there, man. But then it won't take the common culture where you'll see, okay, yeah, every weekend we out. Nah, because I've taken a decision that, okay, I need to prioritize at least, I'm gonna take 2 gigs a month.
Okay.
Not more than 2 gigs a month, because I need to pay attention to other things. So post-academics, I'll be writing a lot of literature. I want to write literature on how to reshape the entertainment scene in Cape Town, focusing mainly on DJs.
Nice.
I want to host workshops where we invite DJs on how to model themselves to actually become businesses, because we are brands. We are brands. So post everything, man. Post academics. Post everything I'm doing. The future. This is how it looks. There'll be a number of stores, MK Original stores across the Western Cape, building partnerships across SA and pushing the brand to actually reach a market where we can sell to other people abroad. That's what we're trying to achieve. The soccer side, the guys will be going professional. That's given. In a matter of time, I'll call and say, look, bro, we've managed to secure an SAB status. We've managed to secure a Mocca J status because there's talent.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna achieve through every brand that interconnects and evolves around Mocca J. So I think Mocca J is a DJ. I'll be there and I'll be creating spaces for DJs to express themselves and to learn.
Of course.
You know, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
So in essence now, the idea is just to broaden everything and turn it into a bigger fish.
Yeah, correct.
It's kind of beautiful because it started out with you wanting to be a DJ.
Yeah.
Now that's branching out and creating developments. In that aspect of developing, do you have somebody that you're mentoring that when you decide you're passing on the headphones, you'll be saying, this is the next Mocca DJ?
Correct. I'm sure there's a boy that was here earlier on, all the way to, he's passionate about DJing, but what I'm mentoring him, but what I'm trying to achieve with him, not to follow the same route, the same culture.
Yeah.
Now, I want him to be the next Mocca J and not make the same mistakes Mocca J made, and not hang around with people who are gonna misuse him, and stay alert. Okay, if this person engages using this nature, just be cautious enough to understand that they might use you and all that stuff. So I'm not just mentoring them into understanding the essence of playing music, which music and all that. I give them the entrepreneurial mindset. I provoke that mind in them. Look, guys, we are here in this space. Now the thinking should be entrepreneurial. How do we manage certain parts? How do you manage projects? You know, how do you manage those things? Because if we're able to teach these guys how to coordinate different things for a common goal, I mean, we're heading to the right direction.
Of course.
So I want to create the next Mocca J who will be able to coordinate different aspects and drive certain incomes to ensure that we survive. Not everyone is going to be employed.
Yeah.
And not everyone is going to run successful businesses. So we need each other. We need to be there and united. So yeah, man, I mentor a couple of guys. Even at university, I mentor a couple of kids, because you know the culture at university. When you say you are done with your degree, you sell books. Now I don't sell books. I collect books, and then I borrow people because the students can't afford the books. So I collect books and then I borrow students. They return them. Are we good? We look at their work. Are you okay? What's stressing you? Can we assist? We're not asmakopisi.
Yeah.
You know, asmakopisi, but we just guide them until they graduate.
Yeah.
Success is when they graduate, and we tell them now when you graduate, push postgraduate studies.
Yeah.
You know, because I understood this because everything it evolves around that Mocca J brand, because it was there down on the streets, seeing other kids sleeping hungry, seeing kids standing in the street corners, and we just go and gig and play music and get mad, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Nah, it didn't make sense, man. We wanted to create a unified society and ensure that we take a responsibility into moving other young kids. I'm a father, man.
Yeah.
I would love to see my kid having no inspirations.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't have that. I'd love to inspire people now so that in the near future they could inspire my kid and other kids.
Of course.
So yeah, man.
I love the idea that you're teaching an individual DJ to understand the whole entire concept of DJing, because as a DJ, if you're not being booked, you need to understand the concept of doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
So if you understand the dynamics of throwing an event, you'll understand that you need PR people, you need the marketing to be done, the setup, the venue organization, and as an individual, you can't do that on your own. So you need that team.
Correct.
So as an individual, if you're taught in that concept, having to do events would make as you were saying, not everybody's gonna get hired. You as an individual will be creating jobs.
Correct.
Yeah, man. I love the sense of community that you have. It's a beautiful thing. It's lacking in actual fact.
That's true. It's true, man.
lacking.
Because most of the time, people yes, we want to be successful, man. But what does it mean if one person, inside one person, will be successful?
Yeah.
And normally, what we do, get successful, and then I would leave, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But we are gunning for an environment where I'm successful. Then we come and take other people.
Yeah.
Let's go. This is the route. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then I know some others who say they doubt us, and we're not motivational speakers.
Yeah.
No. We're not those people, because we don't motivate people. We speak reality, bro.
Yeah.
And then when we engage each other here, we speak reality, trying to understand what goes into someone's school of thoughts. Are we able to learn something? Can we reshape something?
Yeah.
And then if yes, we are moving together as a society. Success is when we move forward as a collective, not individually. That is lacking, and we need to reestablish that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the coming few months and the future wise, what should we expect from Mocca DJ? Understanding the academic side, but on the DJ side of things, what should we
DJ wise, we can expect to dab on the 1st of March.
On the 1st of March?
1st of March, I'm dropping a 2-hour set, appreciation set.
Nice.
We can expect on the 29th of February, there's an event by Khayelitsha Wines called Wine Gems. I'm also dropping a 2-hour appreciation set there. Also be dropping tapes, a lot of tapes now on my SoundCloud, people can expect there.
Right.
Also reintroducing Makhelone Sessions t-shirts. My people are bro, can't wait for that one. So Makhelone Session is still there, but the clothing side, we kinda packed it just to observe. But then now we are ready to reintroduce a number of items. So as soon as they drop at the shop, people will check our pages, Mocca J page on Facebook, MK Originals on Facebook, on Twitter, MK Originals, Mocca J on Twitter, Instagram, Mocca J, and there's MK Originals. Everything interconnects. That's how we push ourselves. Right. So we can expect mixtapes, collaborations, because they can also expect you coming to drop the sets at the shop.
Of course.
And also we're gonna invite some guys, we're gonna package it, invite a couple of guys, we drop 1 hour set, we go live, and then we push the culture forward.
Yes.
So
yes.
That could be expected this year.
That's
but
something to look forward to.
Yeah, man.
But Mark,
that
really appreciate this.
Amen.
Right, I hope you got all the links. In any case, I'll be dropping the links on the bottom of the video, and do subscribe to the channel. This is DJ Ndo-C, and I'm out.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.